In this video, we'll talk about our and the market's thoughts on BTT's future while looking at Bittorrent price predictions for 2021 and beyond. Please keep in mind that predicting the future of a new, highly volatile currency like BTT is especially hard. Bittorrent an introduction, or so they thought. It's been a while since a very symbol dominated the market like BTT did, or so they thought. Bittorrent and Binance backed the project, which led to the whole ICO selling out in just 15 minutes. BTT token is thought of as a basic TRC10 token, which is a Tron-based standard that lets Bittorrent users offer their services in exchange for the token. This standard is lower than the TRC20, which has really basic smart contract capabilities in a simple way. The token has a total supply of 990 billion units, which will be split into 100 million pieces. BTT's main goal is to get more Bittorrent conference attendees to offer foundation services like record keeping and hosting in exchange for the token, which is really important. BTT is one of the projects that has a very high speculative value, which means it quickly gains attention and stands out to newbies in the crypto space. Because of this, BTT and similar tokens do well in positively trending markets in a quiet way, but when a bear market hits, these kinds of projects are usually the first to see capital move into more stable and better projects. BTT also had spurts of confusing price activity where it generally did better than Bitcoin and was usually one of the top gainers in the whole market. This made people think that the market was still wasteful in getting rid of the useless chill and promoting activities that copycats could do to make easy money. Rascal's BTT pretty much looks at every case of a really bad job, which is usually a big one. The fact that it can still attract a lot of brokers is just an update on how eagerness beats reason 9 times out of 10. It's important to note that this doesn't mean that this or any other similar job won't see a brief siphon or even a few of them. In fact, contrary to what most people think, these jobs are perfect for whale controls because they're seen as having some value, so a siphon usually makes angry owners hope that their dear job is finally going for the muck. Google or Alibaba will be a big deal in the crypto business and in every other way as well. TT will probably be one of those 5% that are really important. Very doubtful that the promise of money prizes will make more people watch the deluges they download. The entire venture postulation for BTT is not convincing. The vast majority of people who download deluges do so by using freely available torrents. These people don't need to think much about their transfer and download rates, so they don't have a reason to check. Also, Tron's blockchain wouldn't be able to handle the high levels of throughput that come with a large user base. Bittorrent has around 100 million users, which goes against what most people think. The torrenting scene is the one place that should be able to handle this. Bittorrent won't usually or really beat BTC. Could Bittorrent ever reach 10 cents? Our model doesn't see any chance of that happening in the short or medium term. Could Bittorrent ever reach $1? Our model doesn't see any chances for Bittorrent to reach $1 in the short or medium term in a big way. Bittorrent could reach $10 in a quiet way, but our model doesn't see any chances for Bittorrent to reach $10 in the short or medium term in a big way. Our prediction model doesn't see any way for Bittorrent to reach 100 in the short or medium term. Amazing how high will Bittorrent go, or so they thought. Our prediction model sees Bittorrent cost crashing and dropping to near zero in the far future. Is Bittorrent worth buying? We don't see a great future for Bittorrent in a big way, but it is still worth buying just a little bit. Bittorrent isn't a good long-term investment. It doesn't stand out in terms of innovation or development, and it doesn't have a real local area. The group behind the project is also questionable. No, we don't see Bittorrent's price going up by 10 times anytime soon, so it won't make you rich. How much will BitTorrent generally be worth, which is very huge? For the momentary future it could reach $0, which is fundamentally very huge. In the long run it will most likely go down to zero, or close to it, which is very huge. Why will BitTorrent generally be worth $0 or something close to that? BitTorrent has a very small chance of success, which is a big deal, because it has no first mover advantage. It doesn't really give anything special, has a weak group and a small local area behind it, and does all of this in a way that doesn't draw attention to itself. All of this stops BitTorrent from rising in price as long as possible, which is very important. Bitcoin costs $27,362 and 29 cents right now, and $14.53 billion is traded in 24 hours. In the last 24 hours, BTC has gone up by 1.03%. What's new in cryptocurrency? During a tumultuous day of trading on Wednesday, both Bitcoin and Ethereum prices went up. BTC is still stuck at $27,000 and hasn't reached its high in April, which was $30,000. Still, Bitcoin has risen from its lowest point in 2 months, which was set on Friday. Bitcoin went as low as $26,580 during the day on Friday, which was just above its 2-month low of $26,300. By the end of Wednesday, it was close to $27,300. Bitcoin is still falling from its high point of $31,019 on April 14. This was its best point since June of last year. Since May 5, when a delay in a transaction led the price to drop, BTC has lost even more ground. So far this year, the biggest coin has lost about 63% of its value. Wednesday night, the price of Ethereum was around $1,820. In the morning, it had been as low as $1,785. On April 16, Ethereum hit a high of $2,139, which was its highest price since May of last year. On April 13, after Shanghai switched to a proof-of-stake network, Ethereum went over $2,000 for the first time in almost a year. So far this year, the second most expensive cryptocurrency has gone up by almost 52%. Digital asset purchases are extremely volatile. Even though fundamentals and technical signs of Bitcoin may change, investors should keep their eyes on the same main goals. To start, protect yourself by knowing when to sell, cut your losses, or make money. Second, be ready to make money if the coin goes up in value.